I've been waiting for this game to fully release for a long time. This is Astro Colony, and it's a space base building automation style game where we start with literally nothing, a tiny little floating platform in the middle of, well, a very beautiful but a very vast array of nothingness. We have got a little sort of like tutorial bot here, which I have woken up and I'm going to put to sleep just because I kind of can manage to deal with things myself. There's a little bit of scrap that is just chilling around this station. Our first order of the day is to try and clean it up. Very, very simple to do that. Obviously, from here, we're hopefully going to be automating a very large space factory indeed, and hopefully, thank you very much. We are going to be we're going to be creating a lovely, efficient space system using a whole bunch of these resources that we can find in these asteroids. Now, asteroids, we can just literally go up to them and hit them at the moment. It's all manual extraction, at least early on, but things will be changing, and we'll be automating all of this. Now, whilst I am collecting a couple of asteroids here, please do indeed check if you have subscribed to the YouTube channel. YouTube tells me that 70% of you are likely not subscribed, so why not change that? It's free, costs you nothing, and if you're a big fan of this automation game and indeed a whole bunch of others that I play regularly each and every day on the channel, you should absolutely get subscribed. Okay, so we do have an objective, and that is to place an oxygen refiller. This is a pretty basic bit of kit, and if we go into the build menu, you'll see there is a lot of stuff that we're going to be able to explore. The first thing that we are going to be wanting to build is an oxygen refiller. I do indeed believe that we are going to be able to build that initially just because we have those components available to us. There we go, and we have another objective which apparently we can activate even though you are technically asleep. Maybe I'll leave you on. Anyway, we can use this oxygen refiller in order to refuel our oxygen. Oxygen is down in the bottom left-hand corner. Boom. If I want to use a little bit of ice, then we can absolutely refill our oxygen, no issues at all. All of the resources that I currently have, by the way, up in the top left-hand corner. We're able to get a bunch of ore, in this instance, copper ore, from this asteroid. You can actually see over on the right what resources we are going to be able to get from any given asteroid. So this asteroid is going to give me ice block and also carbon ore, which is wonderful. Now, we need to nab ourselves... Ooh, that's a rarity, isn't it? A little bit of cheeky gold ore. We're going to need to grab ourselves some iron ore and also some copper ore. We've already got ourselves the copper ore, which is quite nice. Where is an iron asteroid? I want to be careful not to sort of stray too far from the platform, but you'll sort of see around the place there are little floating islands that maybe have resource deposits on that I might want to venture to and see what I can find. You'll also note, as I am digging away at these asteroids, we are nabbing ourselves some basic science points. Basic science points basically going to be the early stage research for us, so that is super, super handy to have a couple of bits of research that we can tap into. Right, okay, it's time to turn materials into something useful. Let's jump into the crafting menu. As you can see here, we only have access to some very, very rudimentary recipes, but you know what? I will do it nonetheless. We're going to use some iron ore to turn it into iron bars. Nothing too complicated there, and we're going to do exactly the same with copper. Now, I will say that manual crafting takes an absolutely quite a long time. Quite a long time. Right, great. We've not necessarily finished the tutorial, but we've pretty much got there to the end of what we need to know in order to be self-sufficient, which is grand. So, at the moment, resource harvesting is all done manually. Resource processing is all done manually. However, we should be able to change that. If we jump on into the tech tree here, we can see what we have got access to. It's a pretty extensive tech tree, and there's a lot of like advanced stuff up here: advanced manufacturing, communications, autopilot, black holes, a stargate. The final objective is to build a stargate. That's fine. But it's going to start all the way back here at electricity. A carbon reactor, device to provide electricity for other machines, absolutely, and also the ability to manufacture some electric cable. You'll note, by the way, that we have got basic science here. Basic science is generated when manually extracting resources from asteroids, deposits, plants, or rocks. Engineering science, chemistry science, biology science, high-tech science, all of it is going to be coming along later. Right, we have discovered electricity. Let's construct a carbon reactor. That is pretty cheap for us to build. Let's go and build that right on in there. El Grando. That's looking That's looking nice. We can then jump on into here and we can say, hey, you take all of the carbon, and now we have got ourselves at least somewhat of an electricity network. It's nothing much to write home about, but it's kind of fine. Right, next objective is to handcraft some copper wires. Copper wires are going to be placeable in the world like so. I'm going to build 2 of these, which shouldn't take too long at all. Also, I've got a tool, like a building tool, which is kind of interesting. Like some foundations, we can remove foundations if we want to. Oh, we're missing the block technology, but you know what? We're going to be able to do that over the course of time. I'm not necessarily too worried about that. And there we go. We can build ourselves a whole bunch of wires if indeed we want to, and we are going to be expanding out as we go. Right, what can I get next? Well, it's time to automate at least part of the resource collection processing process. We can get ourselves a smelter, or we can get ourselves an asteroid catcher. Now, an asteroid catcher, that's a pretty cool bit of kit. That is, you'll never guess. You'll never guess what the asteroid catcher is going to allow me to do. That's right. It's going to allow me to catch asteroids. Yes, thank you, robot. I'm going to put you to sleep. You're very insistent that I know what's going on, but I think I roughly know what's going on. Don't worry about it. I need to nab myself just a few more bits of iron ore. In order to build one asteroid catcher, but that being said, I'm probably going to need to get multiple asteroid catchers if I want to have, a good consistent operation of asteroid catching. Let's do, I don't know, like 2. You know what? Just queue up as many as we possibly can, and then let's see if we can try and place you down here. We need to try and make sure that our electricity lines up roughly with the port. Yep, I think that's pretty good. And let's plonk you down over there. That is looking marvelous. And we can now do some asteroid catching. It is manual. There we go. Look at that. Asteroid catching. Fantastic. Gold asteroid. Yoink. Thank you very much. Oh, worth noting, by the way, after we have caught said asteroid, we need to do something about it. We need to actually get it out of here, and we need to get it processed. That's fine. Do you have anything else to say to me, video game bot, before? No? Okay, you're just gonna chill like that. That's cool. That's no worries at all. Let's jump on in. What do we want to get? Smelting? Drilling even? Extract resources from planetoids and planets? Ooh, interesting, but no. Smelting? Yes, that's absolutely what we would like to do. And build a smelter? Yes, we will. We start with basically like a couple of... Oh, tell you what I would like to do, actually. Let's mirror this sucker. Yeah, so I think we're going to do something like that, maybe. I don't love this vibe. Let's maybe do that. Sure. Okay. Construct a smelter. Construct any bar. That's fine. Let's get... We're clearly going to need to get some more wires out here. Let's go 1, 2 more wires. That's great. That should be fine. That will allow us to hook things up. Also, we don't currently have any belt capability at the present moment. That will require logistics and also the ability to build stuff more consistently. Icebreaker converts ice into water. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. A grappling hook. Ooh, okay. That's a bit of kit that we're going to be able to use. Yeah, I just love how cool this is. Right, let's start with an iron bar. I feel like this is fine. Do I have any... I don't have any resources here. Can I yoink... Yeah, can I yoink all of these... There we go, components from there. And then we can go in here and catch you. There we go. I don't really want an ice asteroid. That's fine. And then we'll leave you in that configuration. And then we go into modify. Great. And everything is slowly but surely getting processed down, which is nice. Takes a little bit of time. And obviously we can't automate it yet. But when we can, it's going to be great. When we can, it's going to be marvelous. Let's do copper bar. Take that out there. Iron. Oh, we can get multiple recipes? Oh, nice. Perfect. Let's get that in. We'll leave carbon, which we don't need, and we just need to get ourselves some power. I have got 9 bits of power cable. I think that should be fine. There we go. Looking grand. And suddenly, we have got ourselves at least some very, very, very rudimentary copper production. It's worth noting 3 copper ore gives me 2 copper bars, so that is a much better ratio than just handcrafting, which is quite nice. Yeah, I don't know if the input slots are going to be any different. I don't know if we need different input slots for different things. If we don't, I might change the design of this system around, but that's okay. Either way, this is great. Bravo, you've learned a lot here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's looking pretty nice. Asteroid catcher being manual is, you know, it's annoying. It's not necessarily the end of the world. There we go. Leave that there. You will just hopefully, yeah, you'll hopefully just stay in that configuration until we have properly processed everything. 2 process and then 3 iron ore attracted. Yeah, that's all looking good. Okay, let's get this automated, shall we? I think that's a great idea. Let's jump into logistics. Sure. Let's do that. And then let's immediately see, can we craft anything by hand? We're going to need to get some iron plates for sure, because that's going to allow us to make a belt. If we go into the build mode, we can see carbon reactor we've already got. That's fine. Smelter we've already got. A storage container we don't have, but we can probably get. Miner we've already got. Paths. This is what I was looking for. A conveyor belt. That is absolutely perfect. And if I scroll through here, we can see. Let's drag you and stick you onto there. Boom. And let's see if we can try and get... See if we can try and get this automated. Okay, we need another copper wire. That should be fine. And if we take... Oops. Control instead of shift there. That's fine. Let's get... I don't know, a couple of bits of wire. That should be a-okay. Problem is, I don't think I have any methods of getting rid of... Oh, that's looking good. That's looking good. I don't have any methods of getting rid of ice from this process. So I don't know what's going to happen with anything ice related or carbon related for that matter. Yeah. But whatever the case, we have... Yoink. Yoink, 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 yoink. I can actually, like, suck in from quite a distance away. That's pretty nice. And it's all working. It's all working really, really well. We will have to run a test for the ice asteroid, but hey, at least partially, right? This is automated now, so that's good. That's really, really nice. The other thing that I would like to do, just to be on the safe side, probably won't need it for a little while, because we're only processing, you know, such small quantities. But a storage container would be swell. Let's go and... what am I doing? Let's go get a storage container down into here, and let's put that in there. Stop scrolling, potato. That's fine. Oh, and we need to get one more of these, which we can't get because we're waiting for more iron to come through. Okay. Not the end of the world. I could do with catching a little bit more iron, please. That's carbon. Tell you what, let's run a carbon test. Still no sign of iron. Is that iron over there? I'll take you instead. Yeah, nice. Right, well, the good news is I know how carbon now works. So carbon just basically gets passed straight through, and if it's not used in the smelter, then it just goes straight into the output, which is great. That's really, really helpful. I like that a lot. So one more bit of belt here, just to polish things off. Should not take too many resources. That's good. I don't even think that I've got any... I do have resources there. There we go. Cool. They're coming through here. Marvelous. That's wonderful. Is carbon ore coming through? I don't think so. Not sure why that's not coming through. I guess that doesn't technically count as an output. Hey, whatever. It doesn't really matter. As long as I occasionally come in here, do a little bit of asteroid collection, specifically for anything iron ore related, I would really... Yeah, I'd really be happy. But yeah, this is a pretty cool bit of kit. I like that a lot. Right, what have we got? Resources. Great. We've got lots and lots of resources. These are new resources that are currently showing up. These are not new. We've already dealt with them all. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, next. What have we got on the agenda? I need to refill my oxygen a little bit. There we go. Nice. A pretty important thing to do. This is so cool. This is looking great. Okay, next thing, what have we got? Engineering. That's engineering science. That's going to be pretty important. Copper plate, drilling, logistics blocks, water. I mean, water's pretty cheap, to be honest. I like the idea of a grappling hook as well. That's pretty cool. The drill is an interesting bit of kit, right? Because, hold on, let me just catch some more asteroids since there are so many around here. Yeah, the drill's an interesting bit of kit, because if we head on over to this little planetoid over here, yeah, look at this, look at this. So we got a copper deposit, which is actually not, it's not got that much copper in, to be fair, but it's got a lot more copper in than the vast bulk of little asteroids. This is copper, so it's not super useful. I was kind of hoping that that would be iron, because we kind of need a little bit more iron than anything else. And those over there are just a little bit too far away for me to be comfortable with. Let's get that sucked in there. That's fine. Okay. Well, so drilling is a maybe for now. Engineering, I absolutely don't hate. Grappling hook, potentially. Water transportation. We're going to need water for a lot more stuff. Let's get engineering now. Let's also get the grappling hook. Sure. Oh, hello. To access the pickaxe, grappling hook, and many other tools, press X. Nice. Okay, so we got active tools, grappling hook. Ooh, yes. Oh, would you look at that? Okay, maybe I take it back. Maybe these... Oh, okay, these islands are now absolutely within reach now. This is amazing. This is really, really good. Okay, can we... I think we're actually just... Oh, no, we're not out of range. We can zip all the way... We can zip all the way around very, very quickly indeed. I like that a lot. That is really good. We also want to try and automate as much stuff as we possibly can, like as quickly as we possibly can. With that in mind, I think we're going to try and get drilling. It does mean that I need to catch a few more asteroids in order to yoink the... there we go. In order to yoink a little bit more basic science. But to be honest, that should not take too long at all. Yeah, this is looking... It's looking nice. We got 18 iron bars in here. That's really good. That's what we like to see. So, a laboratory. Let's have a little look. We need 20 iron bars. That is a little bit annoying that I am literally just one short. Gosh darn it. That's okay. Anything else that I can build whilst we're waiting? Unfortunately not. Fortunately not. What do I want? I'll take you. Yep. And I'll take you. Great. And did I get drilling? Oh yeah, I've just literally unlocked drilling there. That's nice. I guess I queued it up, and because I didn't have the science points, it just completed for me. That's really nice. Okay, let's go and build a drill. I should have all of the components on me. I'm not going to build a lab. We'll hold off on building a lab for a little while. So, let's go into F2. Nice. And then let's get some of this stuff equipped over here. So how big is this bad boy? It's not bad. It's not bad. You're gonna drill in this entire area. Let's see if we can try and get something like that. Yeah, so if we do something like that, then we can actually leave space. I can actually build a second one right here. I don't hate that at all. Are we still going to be able to supply power to these locations? Also, it looks like we're going to need to get a local power supply up here. Yep. Okay, how's that looking? That's not looking too bad. And then power supply, let's yoink that around. And let's get that over there like so. Okay, so it's a little bit... Oh, control. There we go. It's a little bit jank. But, hey, look at that. That means that we're going to get all of the iron ore extracted here. No issues whatsoever. That's going to be great. So it does occasionally mean that I'm going to have to manually come over here and just... Oh, look at that. You can actually see the ground is moving. That's pretty cool. Can I... Oh, I can mine out the dirt here as well. Interesting. Yeah, so we do occasionally need to pop back over here, but I think that's kind of a small price to pay. We don't have any sort of like more sophisticated logistical systems than that at the moment, but hey, right. Active tools, grappling hook, yoink. This is great. What a great bit of kit. What a fantastic bit of kit. This is really, really good. I like it a lot. So that doesn't necessarily negate asteroid catching. I still need There we go. I still need asteroids in order to gain a little bit of basic science. And also, it's nice that it's sort of incorporated into, into the system. And we're able to, we're able to get advanced, stuff by mining these asteroids and through the tech tree and stuff. But what I really need is just to get a little bit more... I need to get a little bit more iron ore. I need to get a few more iron bars in order to build this laboratory. I also need to work towards... That's engineering points. I guess we'll get water, logistics blocks, a blocker, a filter, a pusher. That will be useful, but only useful once we have a few more belts on the go, and I do not have any belts on the go at the moment. So let's finish up with water. Okay, that was really, really easy. And then see what an icebreaker requires of us. Converts ice to water. Oops. Let's build you... I don't know, like here, maybe? I'm thinking that we can probably try and get... I need to get more wires. That's fine. I don't think we have any way of automating wire production yet, but we will. We will in time. We'll collect 10 water. Sure. And let's just throw all of this ice in here. Maybe not, actually. Let's take 6 out. And then we'll do that so we can get ourselves a little bit of water, which is marvelous. And I need to collect water. Can I even collect water? I have no idea how I can collect water, actually. That's a great question. Water network is currently inactive. Well, if the water's coming out here, do we need to get a water cell? Oh, that's exactly what I need. Yeah, build that there. How about that? Oh, cool. Brilliant. I don't know if that counts. I don't know if that's the backlog there, but... or maybe the water that I did process just disappeared into the void. But hey, look, we got ourselves a little bit of water now, which is good. And we can do that. We can do something with that in due course. All right, I need to get a little bit more iron, a few more iron bars. That's fine. I'm going to take a little trip back up to the planetoid, and I'll be back with you once I have got a little bit more iron to speak of. Right, I think that's enough iron bars. That's 25. I think that should suffice. Keep trying to press B for build instead of Q. That's okay, though. That's my problem. Right, what have we got here? Build a lab. Where do we want it to be? We have got the... Stop. Yeah, we've got the power cable over here. I probably want to try and make this somewhere out in this area. Cool. All right. Generate 5 engineering points. We can probably do that. This is looking real nice. Okay, so we need input of iron bars and we need an input of copper bars. It's literally just that in order to generate engineering science. We get one engineering science if we supply 2 of those. Okay. That's okay. I mean, that's not cheap, I'll be honest. That is not a cheap deal. Any copper? Yeah, loads of copper actually. Yeah, it's not a cheap deal. So what have we got? Yeah, we got 1 engineering point. If I go into here, we should see 1 engineering point. Great. We need to generate 5 for the objective. That's fine. Water transportation, I don't think I'm that bothered. Oxygen generator, I would very much like that, because at the moment I do still have to sort of like manually refill, which is a little bit expensive, but also it doesn't really matter that much. But it would be nice. It would be a nice little luxury to get. What I think I want to do... I probably want to get construction. We're probably going to want that because we're going to need plates of all sorts like later on. What do we got? A cosmic harpoon to attract small planetoids and dock planets and stations? That's only 12 basic science. That's like absolutely dirt cheap. I'm getting a flippin' cosmic harpoon. That's what we're doing. Well, the cosmic harpoon has been unlocked, which is excellent. I look forward to harpooning planetoids. Let's see. What do we need in order to build it? Exploration. We need 6 copper bars. That's fine. We can quite easily nab that. I've also just nabbed a bunch of iron ore, which I need to put in there. Anything else that needs to go in here? Nope, that's fine. Yeah, as long as the asteroid catcher is full tilt, I think we're grand. The five points of this, yeah, we'll deal with that. But frankly, when there's harpooning to do, why would I want to be doing anything else? Okay, the way that this is going to work, yeah, I think we need to put you in a position where you're going to be able to access the side. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So there's specific locations that we can build. Also, we're definitely going to have to get some more cable here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sure, just build a whole bunch of cable. That'll do. That'll do just fine. And yoink that into there. Okay, attract a planetoid. So this is copper. That is iron, and that's what we've currently got. Do you know what? Let's maybe bring you close, right? But let's not dock you. Dock to another connector. Can I yoink you in instead? Maybe we can actually get both of these. I feel like this is quite a good position for a... I feel like it's a good position for a spatial harpoon or cosmic harpoon, whatever it's called. Right, dock to another connector. I gotta be honest, I don't really understand how that works, but keep bringing these in. That's absolutely fine. Anything else that I want to bring in? It's looking good. It's looking good. Can we bring you in? You're just a smidge far away. Track this planetoid over here. Don't know what's on that one. We know copper's there. We'll bring you just a little bit closer in. Anybody else? No. Let's cancel and let's not go further. Build another connector on a planetoid to dock it and be able to convey mined resources. Oh yeah, I would like that a lot. I would like that a big lot. 6 copper. I think we can make that happen. Nope. Yep. Okay. So if we get one of these in here, great. And then we do that. Wonderful. And then we do modify. Undock to dock. Yes, that's kind of perfect. That's really perfect, in fact. Oh, look at that. 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 Okay, so we can now get resources directly across from here into... Thank you. I need you to go to sleep. Why did I wake you up? Yeah, we can now get resources sort of straight into here. That is cool as heck. The only issue that we currently have is that our smelter is at the other side of... Is at the other side of the building. At the other side of the space. I don't love that, to be honest with you. I don't love that at all. Also, we do definitely have an issue with the location of our power cable. Like, that is going to be an issue. Here's what I think we might want to do. I've got loads and loads of iron ore right now. Let's get this over here. 7. Let's maybe... I think we maybe want to deconstruct this entire operation here. Let's not worry about that quite yet. So the way that it works, presumably, yeah, belts are literally just going to be buildable here. So we still need to get a... We still need to get belts that output from here. There we go. And output from here. I don't know if this is even going to be workable on these two different levels. That could end up being a bit of a chore. Yeah, let me... I don't know. Go build 5 of those. That should be fine. How is this going to work if it's not on a good elevation? Ooh. Let's do that there. That there. That there. Yeah. Ah, yeah, that's what we need. That is exactly what we need. Now, we're also going to have to change the location of this. Yeah, so delete that. That's fine. Over here. Over here. Good. Up there. And then we go next type. Cool. And then we just squeeze that in there like so. And that gives me iron. That's absolutely brilliant. That is absolutely spectacular. The other one is a little bit more of a pain in the backside to deal with, but you know what? We're going to deal with that in a sec. For now, let's just get... What do we need? Oh, we need more copper wire. Yeah, I need a lot of copper wire, and I need a lot of copper... not copper plates, iron plates in order to make pretty much everything. Also, you're going to need to get power, which means I'm going to need to go here, delete this, there, delete that. Sure. And then... This needs to be all the way over there. Nice. I need more copper, which we should have a little bit more copper. Not that much. Not that much at all. Okay, make 2. Make sure that we're catching more asteroids. Nice. And to be fair, we probably just want to catch copper asteroids. Because if we've got iron production coming through here, then... That'll do it. That'll do it, I think. Right, there we go. Okay, so there's a few little things that I need to tweak here. Let's get iron bars. Great. A few little things that I need to tweak here, but this is amazing. This is my first automated setup. I need to get another docking station over there. I need to get this sucker, this little planetoid docked up to over here, and ideally we want to get ourselves an additional smelter as well to deal with the bespoke output. I also need to get the output of this connected up, which is going to mean that I need to move all of this around, but thanks to the magic of editing, I can do that very, very quickly indeed. Well, this is my little setup. I have got 2 copper miners that are operating. We got a little bit of a funky electricity grid, but interestingly, we don't have an electricity producer actually on this island. Instead, what I'm doing is funneling power, 10 megawatts, which I think should be enough. In fact, we only actually need 6 megawatts over here, so let's reduce that down to 6. Yeah, that means that we're pumping it through there now, which is quite nice. We also clearly need a bunch of carbon, which we don't have, and I should probably start catching carbon at least a little bit more consistently. Yeah, I guess the ice asteroids will do. Anyway, good news is I've also got a secondary copper ore facility. Total consumption is 16. Total production is 7. We are also funneling power back from here onto the rest of the system, which is kind of nice. There we go. That will rectify everything and make sure that it is all above board. But we've got... Oh, excuse me. We've got 2 storage facilities. One which is storing copper bars and then a few bits of dirt. And then one which is storing iron bars as well, which is very nice. And in fact, we can merge and solidify our stacks a little bit. Quartz. Ooh, interesting. Okay, that's cool. I have not done any research in a while. Let's see. Advanced logistics blocks. That's going to give me... That's just going to give me splitters, pushers. That's all useful, but not really for now. Construction, I think, is the name of the game here. Yeah, I think that's what we want to try and get done. Right, so to do that, we need to build ourselves. We need to build ourselves, or at least we need to use the lab. So let's just plonk a bunch of resources into here. Yeah, sure. I mean, we've already got more than 5 in there, but that's fine. Add those resources into there. I need to... I probably want to try and automate this. Yeah, I think I probably do want to do that. I mean, these iron ore patches and copper ore patches aren't going to last forever. So we're going to have to think about what we want to do after that. Also, yeah, I did say that we're going to have to move to a situation where we start catching carbon asteroids. In fact, I might just give you a little... hit so that I can try and nab the resources from here. Don't explode before I've got everything. That's fine. Yeah, because we do need a little bit more carbon, and currently we don't have enough of it, which is a bit of a problem. We're gonna have to get a new location for carbon storage and carbon processing. In fact, probably want to get a different location for power processing in general. But either way, I'm really, really happy with this. This feels like a really great little sort of like introductory system. I love the fact that we've got a mirrored power line. Don't love the location of the power producer, but that's okay. I like the elevation of the belts as well. That is pretty nice. Okay, next objective is to construct some floor. That's curious. So we get floor tiles and we get iron plate. Okay. So can I build a constructor? Can I build a constructor? I can indeed build a constructor. Let's go and do that. Let's get that. Ooh, that's a big boy. It's a big boy. In fact, we might just struggle to get you on here. Although, actually, if I do a mirror around here... no, see, unfortunately, I can't do that. There needs to be a bit of belt. There needs to be a tiny bit of belt between areas. Floor tile, can I make... Oh, I can make some floor tiles. Let's do that. How about that? And then we go back into devices, constructor. Yeah, will that allow me to now build? I need to mirror that, rotate around. Basically, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Okay, so we've got output here. I know it's going to conflict with the copper, but we can figure out how to change that around later. Mostly, I'm just looking to try and minimize my cable journeys. That's kind of the most important thing right now. Also, I need to be automating either belts or cable because it is a ridiculous system that I have where I need to move all of the resources. I need to craft all the resources manually for the belts and for the cable. That has got to change. Okay, that's looking good though. That's going to give me some copper plates. That's fantastic. I don't know how to make base. Floor tile custom blocks. So we can't make floor blocks, but we can make floor tiles. Floor 2x2. Okay, so we can make like a larger tile, but we're going to need more plates for it. Okay, that seems entirely reasonable. Let's nab you in there. And let's put... see, we need more plates. We always need more flipping plates. So that goes in there. That goes in there. That's great. Can you make copper plates? No, you cannot make copper plates. You can only make iron plates. That's probably fine. Construct a customized floor. What's a customized floor? Is that this? Oh, I see. We can make like a bit of fence mesh. Great. Is that all that I need to... do? Floor tile custom? And that does look... that does look customized. Construct customized floor. I have no idea what the difference is between a customized floor. Is it maybe a big plane? Is that it? A triangle? I don't know. I'll experiment. Well, I figured it out. I've now got one piece of orange floor. Do I care? Not even slightly. I am not that bothered at all. I am not bothered at all. Right. Asteroid, bring you in. Yep, I need carbon, and I need carbon desperately. Is that carbon that we've got in there? It is indeed. Good. Okay, I need to get myself some more... there we go. Some more engineering points. I very much suspect that I'm going to need more engineering points on my journey towards getting more power engines. Build thruster to move your colony through space. Hell yeah, I'm very interested in that. Oxygen barrier. Oh, I'm losing my HP here. There we go. I did not even notice, but there we go. That's why we need an oxygen barrier or something like an oxygen barrier. Walls, maybe. Gold smelting, maybe. Blueprints. Yeah, I'm interested in the blueprint for sure, but I mean, really the ability... hand drill? Maybe. Automation, base warehouse, potentially. Hydration. I mean, engines, hydro generator, hydrogen. Docking station is very interesting indeed. I'll get water transportation. I don't actually need it right now. I need to think of my next engineering point spend. Robot assembler, transport bot to transport resources from one device to another. I guess we'll try and go for that. So I guess I'll do gold smelting then. Sure, that sounds like a great thing to do. Are we? Yeah, we are running out of power. And we're running out of power in a pretty consistent way. I'm thinking that maybe I want to remove this smelter. Smelter is no longer really required here. Yeah, let's go and get rid of you. And you know what? Let's get rid of this as well. I still want to keep, in fact, more so than ever, it's still pretty critical that we keep the asteroid catcher. But let's remove you. And let's get this removed as well so that we can yoink a little bit of wire back, which is... Oh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to... There we go. Yoink the wire back, thank you. Not the floor tiles. And then for asteroid catching, we very specifically want to do water and carbon, if we can. There we go. Bring in the carbon. Carbon gets priority over the water. If we do occasionally bring in some non-carbon, non-water asteroid, then yeah, we'll deal with it. But it's a little bit less than preferable. Right. This is consuming quite a lot of power. I can see that now. I would also like to... Oh, maybe I can automate my power setup. Do you know what? That might not be the craziest idea in the world. Let's do this. Let me guess. I don't have enough power cables to... I do have enough power cables to do that. That's kind of nice. Also, this kind of justifies the existence of a splitter. That would be kind of great. Here we go. One, and we just need... I don't know, 2 more. That'll do fine. That'll do fine. Yeah, so this definitely... Oops. This definitely justifies getting a splitter. So... I also probably... You know what? I can just throw all junk into here. As long as it doesn't block it up, which it doesn't look like it will, then yeah, we'll just do that. That's kind of nice. Okay, go in, catch asteroids. Any carbon? I guess there's carbon in that water over there. Also, it looks like you are completely spent of copper. That's fine. We'll deal with that in a little bit. Right, let's go and do some basic research. We're going to do logistics blocks. Yep. And then we go into logic blocks. Did I not get a splitter? Flippin' heck, I didn't get a splitter. What was the splitter? Does a splitter count as advanced logistics? Apparently it does. That's fine. Time pusher, splitter. Yeah, good. It doesn't actually cost us anything. That's real nice. How about that? So does that work? Will that work even though it does kind of look a little bit funky? Let's try. There we go. Iron ore. Yeah, I feel like it doesn't actually work in the way that it should. Oh, no, it does. Okay, it just looks a little weird. Okay, well, that's fine then. I will not complain. That's real good. Okay, total consumption, total production is currently at 30. So as long as we've got 3 machines that are currently on the go, I think we will be able to supply our power situation. Also, there is a... I can't point at it. I was going to point at it with my finger, but then I was like, well, you're not going to be able to see that, are you, dear viewer? There is a machine over here which was pumping into the network and actually is kind of critical that we have it operational. Either that, or what we do is we just retract that out of here. We turn this power down to 0, and then we take you, we go to modify, and we bump this up to 6, which just so happens to be the perfect amount that will allow these 2 machines to operate perfectly. So that's nice. Let's go and nab a whole bunch of plates. We have got plenty of iron bars on our inventory, but none in storage. That's fine. The only reason that I caveat that is because I think that we're going to need... yeah, I think we're going to need some iron bars for making points. Yep, we absolutely are. We absolutely are. The interesting question that I have is, like, what's going to happen? What is going to happen? Delete you. What's going to happen when we have no more resources? Let's copy this. What happens when we have no more resources on this planetoid? How are we going to deal with that? Another one. Good. And good. Very nice. And then let me guess, we're not going to have enough copper cable. Of course we're not going to have enough copper cable. I need to find some way to make copper cable. This is simply ridiculous. Robot builder. This constructor just does plates. That's not good enough. Robotics. Oxygen barrier. I think I kind of do want an oxygen barrier. Let's get hydrogen. Let's get oxygen. Let's get engines. A docking station to connect space colony planets to each other. It's required for astronauts travel. Okay. That completely wipes me out of basic science. Generate hydrogen. Yeah, we'll do that in just a sec. For now, let's go and nab a bunch more cables so that we can at least start outputting a little bit more copper. Yeah, I also don't think that we can say, hey, don't dig the dirt. The video game does like to dig dirt. Where do I want it? There. Yep. Good. Nice. Okay. So that's going to be full copper production. That is going to be full... Thank you. Go back to sleep. Yeah, full hydrogen production. Full hydrogen production. Full iron production. Full copper production. That's what we like to see. Loads and loads of iron ores coming through. Is all of this dirt getting kicked downstream? Yeah, it is. Do I care? No, not really. It's fine. Right, how is this looking? I need to go and catch some more asteroids. Yoink you inside there. And yoink you inside there. I also had... Yeah, what are you... What's this, What's on this planetoid up here? If this is carbon, which I kind of hope that it is... That's iron. That's... Let me just double check that that's iron. Yeah, it's iron for sure. What about control 3? What about this bad boy over there? I mean, I can, like, zip to this asteroid. Okay, yeah, I don't want to end up going too far away. What about that over there? Oh, that's a carbon deposit. Oh, we can actually see. It literally says. Nice. Okay, well, if this is a carbon deposit, then this is going to be my... This is going to be my fuel source. That is absolutely perfect. So, if you're going to be my fuel source, and I've already got some fuel systems over here, let's go get... I don't know, that in there, maybe? Sure. I don't have power here, and of course, we're not going to have enough power cables, because I never do. Tell a lie. I have loads of power cables. So, carbon deposit, that's you. Yep, so that's going to suck you in, which is working real good. Whilst we're waiting for that to happen, let's go and have a little look at water, hydrogen, electric thruster. Yeah, cool. Logic blocks, no. What am I looking for? I'm looking for the hydrogen generator. Oxygen generator, hydrogen generator. Right. Let's build an oxygen generator first. We're going to need water for this, unfortunately. There's pretty much no way around it. I kind of hate the positioning of this, so we're going to maybe yoink you around a little bit. So if we could get water coming in here, that'd be great. If we get a utilities icebreaker. Yeah, we get an icebreaker right here. This would be kind of perfect. Yeah, that in there. Then a water cell there. Then a water pipe, which requires iron. Sure, requires just, I guess, regular wire as opposed to copper wire. Fine. Fine. Water pipe right in there. Good. And then, do you know what? I will place down one of these and then one of these. And this will be for my ice blocks. I will split 10. Put them in there. And now, you should be able to create, there we go, a little bit of oxygen. I'm going to need to get this connected up to the power grid. Cool. Nice. Okay, so carbon, 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 carbon. This needs to be turned into a little docking station. Yeah, so if I plonk that down there, then we go to modify, then we go to dock. No matching opposite dock found? Really? What do you mean? Does that not count? Do we need power? I don't think so. I think we're total consumption, total production. We're a little bit low on the old power, but I don't think that should be too problematic. Here we go. And yoink that as well. Yeah, can we not spin this around? Is that not possible to spin around? Yeah, it doesn't look like it's possible. That's okay, though. I think we have an option to satisfy this requirement. And I think what we're going to do... is try and get ourselves some hydrogen in order to utilize the thrusters. I think that might allow us to get into a slightly better position. And if we're able to get into a better position, then we should be able to take... that on board. Produce hydrogen and hydrotonic. What is this? I presume this uses water. I have to presume this uses water because I understand, or at least I think I understand how hydrogen is made in the real world. Space it out a little bit. Right, so what do you need? You need... Hydrogen is water and carbon. Well, what about water pipes? See, that's the only thing about water pipes is... Are they able to go uphill? I don't think they are. Electricity is able to go uphill, though. Or actually, maybe water pipes can go over. Okay, I take it back. Water is fine. In a vacuum, apparently water gets a pass. That's great. Okay, so we've got water coming in here. That is phenomenal. We need to get power as well, which I think we will just do from here. And then carbon. To be fair, I should probably change this around, but for now we'll just roll with it. Yoink all of that out of there. Yep, I know, an illegal maneuver, but we'll generate the hydrogen tanks. And this here. This here. Okay, good. So that's going to give me the opportunity to make electric thrusters. That's nice. That's nice. I like that a lot. This working? Generate hydrogen tanks. Yep, it sure is. It's taking a little while. It's also because we have total consumption way above where it should be. Let's catch some asteroids. I would like that asteroid, please. Yoink. And I'll yoink that one as well. Cool. So it's not perfect. It's not perfect. Our system is... you know what? Yoink this from the carbon reactor. Anything else needed to be yoinked? No, but we basically have no power production at this moment in time, which is kind of deeply troubling. Yeah, can we... I was going to say, can we still process asteroids? No, I'm not sure that we can. I am not sure that we can. Let's go and just get the absolute bare bones of carbon needed from some of these facilities here. I do not want to have an unoptimized, unautomated power system. We simply have to have oops, no, I mean to shift click that, split. Yeah, we simply have to have a power network that is automated. There's no other way around it. Has to be done. Has to be done. Good news is, though, hydrogen is being produced, albeit slowly, and with some of the carbon that I stole from from the power generators, which has led to, well, slightly degraded situation. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Right, one more. That's all we need. And then, where are you? We need 3 in order to build an electric thruster. That is going to be great. I think that'll be perfect. You like that? Visit a planet. What the heck? Oh, I've not even looked at a map yet. Holy cow. Is there a planet? That's a star. Is this a planet? It does kind of look like a planet, doesn't it? Yeah, carbon deposit, gold deposit. Put that on the mini-map. 1.3 light years. Okay, I mean, that's... Is that a planet, though? That's the only reservation that I have. I just don't know if that is big enough to be a planet. Sure. Let's yoink this down. Put this down here. Great. Is this gonna move? Autopilot inactive. Are you... Power is at 100%. Doesn't really look like it's moving, to be honest. I have a funny feeling that we might not be able to... I have a funny feeling that we might not be able to actually move this entire colony with just one little thruster. Yeah, it's not got a lot of thrust, does it? I think we're going to need to get a few more thrusters before we can actually move with confidence. Hold on. Am I moving? I am moving. Oh, weird. Okay, hold on. Stop immediately. Yeah, look, because that was the carbon planetoid that I wanted to attract. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so I have managed to get myself further away from Beleriand. Yes, that's how you say it. Interesting indeed. That is cool. That is really, really cool. So, how do I best utilize this, I wonder? How do I best utilize this? I feel like I'm in a really, like, rich, fresh asteroid area. Let's go up to here. Modify. Dock. No matching opposite dock found. Oh, no. Let's go H. Delete this. Can I, like, just build this here? Yeah, fine. Modify dock. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. So we still need to sort out the drill situation. That's a decent amount of overlap. I am not displeased with that. That's perfect. And yeah, let's yoink that in there. Good. 1, 2. Yep. And 3. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. So, all I need to do is yoink a few more cables, which of course I don't have, because why would I ever have the cables? Make me 25 cables. That should be fine. Okay, now that we've got this is a somewhat automated carbon system. All we need to do is link it up to here. And that will allow us to use our existing storage facilities to cater to this carbon. That should work. It looks a little bit janky, but I think it should be fine. I honestly think that this amount of carbon that we have coming across here will probably be enough. I might need to get some more, but it's fine. Can I connect up to... I could connect up to there, but that seems a little bit daft to do. Right. Up here. Around here. Yep. And come this way. Nice. 2 more. Spectacular. And then we just need to make sure that you are modified. And I'll pump 6. I'll pump 6 into here, even though we only need 3. But hey, the main thing is, it's not working at the moment, but it will be working. That will be working flawlessly. So we also just need to make sure that we're occasionally collecting asteroids. There we go. Ideally of the carbon variety, or indeed the water variety, both of which will be useful. This is looking so good. This is looking so good. And we can obviously harpoon other planetoids at some point in the future if we want to as well. You can get taken out. There's pretty much no reason that you need to stick around. So, how do we do this? So we want you to go up. Yep, power at 100%. We want you to just go straight up. Yeah, I can definitely see that we are moving now. So if we look on a map, where am I? Here. We want to be going to this facility. I have absolutely no idea. We want to be going like up and west. We kind of travel up and west. We kind of travel... Fine. Up, south, east. Up and west. Okay. I feel like that's mostly correct. Again, I can't really tell. I'm clearly not made for navigation. It would be nice if we could just say, hey, go to this location, but I don't think. Colony movement camera. Yeah, this doesn't really make any difference to me. Yeah, sure. That looks like we're going in the correct direction. I guess we'll see. If that's a planet, then yeah, we are going to go and visit it, and that's great. If not, well, I'm just going to feel very embarrassed, am I? Anything else? What are you doing there, buddy? It's kind of weird how I don't move. Also, I need to juice myself up. Also, can I get an oxygen barrier? Would that be possible? I'd quite like to do that, and I've not yet done that. Logic. Yeah, let's get all of that off out of there. Sure. How many hydrogen things do we have? Let me guess. We need more carbon. I'll put in a little bit more carbon here. Might be water, actually, that we require. Let's split. Get a little bit more water in there. Sure. And in fact, there might even be more water to come our way. Yeah, maybe there is also another, like, more close planet. No, I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Okay, we need to be going, like, west and north. West and north is like... Down. No. We need to be going up. Up west. Up west. That's kind of like it? Yeah, that's basically where we should be going, I think. Maybe that's just me that's pointing in that direction. But hey, look, we're going to a flippin' planet. We're gonna go and do that. We're gonna go and do it, and that makes me happy. That is good. How are we doing for power? Total consumption versus total production. Yeah, it's not really where it needs to be, and I'll tell you the reason that it's not where it needs to be. It's because you are not powered. I will take. Do you know what? I'll take most of it out of here, and I'll plumb most of it into there. That should be fine. That's good. How far away are we now? 1.27 light years away. I think we're kind of doing it. Slowly but surely. I think that is the closest planet that we can get to. You're 3.7 away. And you're 1.27 now. Whereas you used to be... You used to be a lot further away. So what are we going to find when we get here? Carbon, gold, and titanium. Not many of those are particularly useful. Carbon is obviously very, very useful. But everything else is not. You're looking good. Also, I don't think that this takes hydrogen. It's funny, but it costs hydrogen to build them. Which is kind of ironic, but I should just be able to copy like multiple of these, yeah. Yeah, so we go modify, we go apply to connected thrusters with maxing rotation. Oh, yeah, wow, holy cow, we're moving fast. Okay. Colony movement camera. Okay, up. Also, I feel like maybe I need more degrees of control. Like, I think because my thrusters are pointed in one direction, that we can only move in one direction. But we're going fast. Like, we are going fast. Up. Yeah, go up, go up, go up, go up. Get on, at least get on the sort of same level. That's good. This is so cool. This is so flippin' cool. Yeah, just straight up. Beautiful. Right, I think that's as close as we're going to be able to get with... Yeah, we're basically level. We're not perfectly level yet, but I think we want to get some thrusters at the other side. I should be able to... I can get one. I'll probably try and get more. Yeah, let's see if we can try and yoink some carbon from here, which seems like a really dangerous game, but I live for the thrill. Live for the thrill. Let's also get some more ice in here. Nope. There we go. Good. Are we okay for oxygen? Yeah, we're okay for oxygen. Let's make an oxygen bubble. I've not done that yet, and I feel like I need to. So, oxygen barrier is 8 points. Docking. I tell you what, docking would allow me to make infrastructure on this planet, and then come back to it after doing a little bit more exploring. Get oxygen barrier, get docking. Scanning? Sure. Hydration? Hydrotonic? Quartz? Human migration? Call astronauts? Ooh. I'll take scanning. Don't know what we're going to do with that. But we can construct an oxygen hub. Docking station. We don't need that. Not yet anyway. An oxygen hub. That is gold bars. Generates a barrier and consumes oxygen tanks to fill it with oxygen. Yeah, see, maybe this is going to be a bit of a pain in the backside. Let's fill up to the max. We'll ditch you. Fine. And then I needed to get gold. Can I gold and throw my gold bars in there just so that we can produce a few more? How many plates have we got? Plenty of plates. Not necessarily plenty of iron bars. And I could probably do with a few more iron bars. Thankfully, we've got 60 that are just chilling in there, so that's great. Let's go and put these into the engineering department. And a few more copper bars. And I'll take... Oh, warning electric storm coming? What the heck am I going to do with this? I don't think I can escape it. I'll wander into it. Okay, ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Just don't touch me. Thank you. Just disappear. So what's that mean? Well, that's it. Okay, well, that was mostly sufficient to... I mean, that was fine. That was totally fine. 39 seconds they're all disabled for. That's okay. That's remarkably okay, given the circumstances. Are we completely out of oxygen? Yeah, we are. We're out of ice. Let's yoink that. I've let my my asteroid fetching go a little bit. I must confess. That's just because I'm so excited to get to another planet. What do we got? There we go. That's what we're after. And yeah, you as well. Yeah, but I do need to continue to fetch asteroids because we need the basic science. We need all of the good progressy stuff to continue. Right, I am going to not grab an electric cable blueprint. I'm going to grab a blueprint for this. And let's see. Let's see if we can try and rotate this around here. There we go. Modify. Colony movement sim. Colony movement sim. Movement camera. Yep. Let's go up. And... oh, power is at 100. Great. Is that better? I feel like we're getting closer. Feel like we are getting closer. That's good. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's go left. Left and forwards, but not up. We can go up maybe like a little bit. That is perfect. Yeah, that's good, right? And then we get onto the level, and then we just go... Yeah, we go across like so. All right. Wow, you can actually see. You can actually see the speed at which we're traveling at. That is really great. Unfortunately, I've kind of screwed the pooch a little bit because I need a lot of iron, and I don't really have much iron to speak of. Now there is Exandria over here, which we can rename. I'm very interested in going to Exandria. Midos home, carbon, copper, and aluminium, or indeed aluminum. But I think we're going to go and visit Beleriand first. Whilst we're waiting for that to happen, let's build ourselves a oxygen hub. Oh yeah, I've got two bars now. Good. Gold is still relatively hard to come by. That's fine. Construct an oxygen hub. No biggie. And then we just supply oxygen. And it gives me a dome. So we probably want this to be as close to the center of the base as we can. Whatever, let's give it a shot. You still need to be juiced. Where is the juice spot? It's right around there. Sure, come out this way. There we go. Okay, well, I think this is a planet. I don't know. We'll see. Are we powered? We should be powered. We should be powered. Generate 3 oxygen tanks. I don't know. Don't know if that's going to work. Right. Stop immediately. Good. Well, we have arrived. We have arrived at this place. Turns out, I don't think it's close enough to register as a planet. Let's go down. Power at 100%. And keep going forwards. Yep, just across here. This has worked out very, very nicely. Okay, good. How close can we get without A, colliding? Do we do damage to ourselves? I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, that's got to be... That's got to be... There we go, look at that. Visit planet. That's got to be great. Nice. Okay, so what have we got here? We got titanium. Large rocks. I mean, not honestly a whole heck of a lot of stuff that we're interested in extracting. That's my carbon deposit. But there was carbon here, wasn't there? There's rock. I did think there was carbon here. Maybe I'm... Where are we? No, here. It does say there's a carbon deposit. Is that the trees? Oh, I've got an axe, apparently. Basic science and some wood logs. I don't see any carbon deposits. That doesn't necessarily mean that there's not carbon deposits in the planet. There could very well be... There could very well be hidden carbon deposits, which... If that's the case, that's going to be rather annoying to get access to. Alternatively, it could be somewhere else that I have yet to consider. I don't see any carbon though. Maybe I've parked my backside on the carbon deposit bit. That, to be fair, that does actually look like a carbon deposit. Hold on, can I go and hold on, power. There we go. Just reverse a little bit. Reverse a little bit. And stop there. Yeah, that's a carbon deposit. Okay, so that's worth knowing. I don't think it's strictly that relevant, to be brutally honest. I think it's fine that we've got it. But I don't think that I'm that bothered. Can I grab any of these asteroids? Yeah, you'll do. Okay. Are we making input Oxygen tanks. Generate oxygen tanks. I should be... It says you don't have power, but I think you do. Total consumption, total production. Do we just not have enough power coming through? Is that the issue? I don't think there should be any power supply issues. No, it should be fine. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we've got a barrier. We've got an oxygen barrier. That's really, really cool. But, okay, it's just not consistent. And, of course, it needs to be consistent in order for it to work. That is fine. Right. I would like to go to... Let's go colony. Oh, nice. That's perfect. That basically covers the entire colony. That's real nice. Yeah, let's go... Where did that other place go? I think we want to go here, right? Volcanic, spiky. Have the planets disappeared? I think the planets might have disappeared. They might have drifted away. Carbon deposit, iron deposit. There's no iron to speak of. See, that's not even really that worth it. Carbon, copper, titanium. I'm sure there was definitely a better planet. And I know for a fact there was a better planet that we could have got access to. But, oh well. To be fair, I'm just using the scanner for the first time, something that I probably could have used a moment ago. This shows me where the veins all are, which is really, really nice. So we can see, literally, look at that. Look at that. That is a cool bit of kit. You know what? I think I'm just gonna chill here for a little bit. I think this is kind of where we want to be. A docking station, I would like to see if we can try and build one. So if I build a docking station, I guess towards the edge of this planet here. Yeah, I'm going to have to disengage a little bit, but if I do that, power, good, stop, great. And then build a docking station. That's too near the carbon deposit that I want to get access to. I don't really want to rotate my ship. I think we'll build that there. Sure. And then we'll just kind of clean out this area over here. Good. I don't know how we can stop these planets from disappearing, because if that's what they are. Full-blown planets. Right, so yoink this all out of there. Nice. And then we need to build ourselves a few more cables over here. And then I think we're pretty much just gonna try and yoink this as closely to here as we possibly can, then just dock them up. Look at that. That works brilliantly. That works absolutely fantastically. Great. And yeah, that means that we now have a pretty decent system that we can use to get resources back onto the planet, back onto the station. Right. Tech-wise, there's a couple of things that I want to do. I want to get robotics done. So this is going to unlock the robotics assembler, the transport bot, which will allow us to transport resources from one device to another. That could be the answer to a lot of my issues, because we're going to have resources coming on here, and I want them to get moved around the entire base. So that's what we're going to have to do. Also, I think we're kind of ready to let this little planetoid go. There's 32 bits of iron that are just chilling over there, which I think is not something that I really want to deal with, but that's okay. What was I going to do? Oh yeah, I was going to check, how do I make those robot things? So we've got devices here. We've got a robots assembler, multiple robots. We're going to definitely have to expand this base as well, aren't we? Right, yoink all of that. Let's go floor. Yeah, just plain old floor tile. And let's see if we can try and expand out here. Nice. Good. Expand out there. Let's try and not go past the boundary here. There we go. Looking nice. And then we'll get ourselves a robots assembler. Now, I think we're going to need to get another one of these, another constructor, another plate maker. So let's plonk you down here so that I can free this space, relatively speaking, to put in another machine. Right, so transport bot. Yes, please. Copper plate. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Also, the hydrogen, which we're going to have from here. That's kind of okay. What absolutely needs to go is this line here. Yeah, this line there. Yeah, I kind of don't care about the oxygen system that I've built up. It's nice to have, but it's not necessarily super critical. How many oxygen tanks do I have? Basically none. We also need to automatically supply ice into here, which I can do manually, but yeah, I don't want to do more than that. So let's get the copper. Let's get the copper coming in from here. Yep, it's good enough. Is it pretty? No, it is not. But when is literally any factory that I have ever built been pretty? I'll tell you, never. Rhetorical question. Good. Good. Okay, that'll do. And then for now, let's just get the hydrogen tanks, and we'll put these in here manually for now. You're gonna get moved onto. Oh, we don't have the copper plates recipe yet. Well, fine. That's easy enough for us to do. Store items in a warehouse. That's the objective. Okay, well, that's fine. You need to be rotated. Delete. And hold on. Yeah, you rotate around there. Yeah, the dirt is just a little bit annoying, but again, it can just go in here and we don't have to worry about it. It'll just get filtered all the way down to somewhere useful, I guess. I could also just remove it or filter it out. I have the ability to filter. I have the logistics blocks. But why would I do that? Why would I do that? Okay. Yoink. And yoink. Okay. Looking good. Looking nice. Looking nice. I'm well chuffed how this is turning out. So, power. Of course we're gonna need more power cable. When can I automate power cable? That's what I really want to know. I think we'll just get a big old power cable down the side here. I think I'm just completely content to add resources manually to the electricity. The engineering facility. Do you know what I will also do? I'm going to remove you. Yeah. Suck you up into my duplicator. And then I think let's jump into here. Let's grab this, put you into that configuration, and let's extend. Yep, let's extend out a little bit. And then let's see if we can try and do this. Now, this is where the splitting might get a bit funky. Yeah, it might get a bit funky. That's okay, though. Let's copy and paste you down into here. And then, because we'll be splitting two ways, it should be fine. Will I have the space to make this happen? I have absolutely no idea. Let's go back down to normal height. First station. That's okay. That's my station. That's okay. That's what we want to see. Okay, good. Nice. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. And then we go and nab a copy of this splitter. And we go straight on into the edge. I suspect that that's probably there, so depending on where you build, or if you build some overlapping stuff like I've just done there, it clearly distinguishes between whether you're building on the planet or whether you're building on the platform. Either way, that's looking pretty good. I don't think that that should give us any issues, but if it does, we'll rectify it. Power cable should now be built. Spectacular. Great. And do you know what? Let's build this over here. Yep. 1, 2. Great. There we go. Look at that. Auto refill oxygen completed. Fantastic. So we should be moving ahead with a robot now, which is very, very nice. We got plenty of copper bars coming through here. That's what we like to see. You do not have power yet. I think power is my big, overwhelming issue here, isn't it? I feel like I should probably just do something about... Yeah, I feel like maybe I should have just like a power layer. You know, maybe I should put power underneath the facility and then have it sort of poking up in areas that it's needed. That sounds like a shockingly good idea for a change coming from me, but that also sounds like something that I don't really want to do. I think I'll be fine. Okay, so we produced a transport bot. Oh, you are quite a spooky thing, actually. Okay, so you don't really do anything. Transporter? Okay, okay, that's fine. We can go and click on you. Wake you up. What is it? Build a warehouse, unique storage container, extending your inventory, and lets you use items directly for construction. Oh, that's going to be so darn good. Let's see about doing that. So, basic warehouse. Ooh, you're telling me that I need to build some iron rods. Where do I build iron rods? Copper plates, never been more fine for copper plates. So we're good for copper plates there. Yoink them all out. That's fine. Iron rods, can we make them in-house? No. Can we make them here? No. Do I need some tech in order to make them? It says that I can make them. Can I maybe build them in the robot assembler? No. Where do I make them? Where do I make them? Ah, this is where they're made. They're made in the smelter, or indeed the advanced smelter. That shouldn't be a problem. Let's have a little look. Go here. Select recipe. Rods. Yep. Yoink. Yoink. So what do we need? 8? Sure. We need 8. Also, we are deeply worried, I think, about the fact that we no longer have any iron ore. Yeah, great. I'm going to disassemble all of this as much as I can anyway. Yep. Okay, take it all up. That should be great. Cool. And so this thing should probably just float off, I imagine. Which is quite nice. Okay, yep. I apologize for waking you, buddy. Go back to sleep. You over here, you're kind of done as well. Yeah, we need to find a planet that has copper. Can we just go exploring? Can we go exploring? I don't know if it's persistent. That's the only thing. I don't know if it is a persistent world. Right, undock. Let's go. Yeah, so we're going to leave you behind. Absolutely no issues doing that. Galera, carbon, iron. That's where we need to be going. This is exactly where we need to be going. And I think you might have just come into existence because I traveled in this direction. So we will try and come back to here. I don't know if that's something that we will have the ability to do. I certainly hope so. All right, let's go. Make sure we're traveling in the right direction. Cool. Let's go up and to the right a bit as well. Good. Okay, Galera 7. Let's let's do that. We probably don't need to be going up that fast. Whoops. But there's pretty much no reason not to. Okay, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Where are we with a warehouse? Where are we with our rods? The funny thing about rods is they get passed through everything now, don't they? Yeah, also, it's carbon that we need. Which we are still mining. Yoink. Yeah, I'll take all of that. Sure. And then split. Split. Thank you. So that should be enough to make 41 iron rods, which I think is fine. Also, are there any planetoids around anymore? I don't see any. What? If I get below here. No, I'm still within the sort of like gravitational suction zone. I'm still moving through space even though I'm with the thrusters. A little bit of physics suspension of disbelief situation there, but that's okay. Right, let's just yoink all of our ice blocks into here now. Yoink. Anything else? Yoink. Nope. But we will put even more ice blocks in there, catch some more asteroids as we're flying through space here. I need just ice, actually. Oops. No. Also, that's us at a level with Galera 7, so let's... There we go. Try and get over there. We'll stay on the same level. We're heading south, and we're heading east. That's perfect. Good stuff. Anything else? Is that new as well? No. Slim pay? Weird. Galera 7. Looks like we're on a good level. Nice. Any additional research that I want to do? Also, I have gotten stuck here a couple of times. I don't know why. I don't know why I consistently get stuck here. I'm stuck again. I'm stuck. I can't do anything. I can't move. I can't move. Yeah, so that does seem to happen occasionally if you end up going into the thruster mode. I don't know why it happens, but I have gotten stuck multiple times, which is not great given that this is a 1.0 release, but hey, you know what? It's fine. It's not the end of the world. All I need to do is like resave, quit, save, resave, etc. I'm happy with how we are flying across here. This is good. We got 10 rods now. Marvelous. Let's go and get... Where is it? Device. Basic warehouse. Let's do it. Let's build it here, I guess. Store items. What do we want to store in here? Iron bars, copper wire, copper bars, plates. Just throw everything in there, to be honest. I think that seems like a pretty sensible idea. You've got dirt there. I think what we want to try and do... Thinking about it, yeah, what I think we want to try and do is we probably want to have... Can I attract this? I don't think so. I don't think we can attract it because it's not a planetoid, but I think we want to basically replace this with a dock. So we have a dock that will allow us to... There we go. Yoink that in here. We'll have a dock that will allow us to transport a whole bunch of resources. Also, maybe if we dock, maybe we can just like take the planet with us. I didn't actually think about that, but I suppose we could have taken... too far away? Yeah, I suppose we maybe could have looked at taking the planet with us. Right, let's go modify. Let's go colony movements. Let's do this, and we'll pilot the ship in such a way that we should be able to link up, and we can use the scanner, and we can put our feet down, or, well, put our feet up, I suppose, but put our roots down, and try and maybe establish somewhat of a pseudo-permanent colony here, I guess? How close are we? Not that close. Let's get really, really, really close, and let's get docked. I'm really glad we chose this planet. This one seems nice, you know? Seems nice. Okay, let's throw thrusters into low. Let's get a little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer, and stop. I think that is not too shabby. Right, so let's get this deconstructed. Beautiful. Maybe you need to go, but we can try and deal with that a little bit. We can work around it. Docking station. Yep. Let's yoink you down. What's the issue here? What's the issue? Why is that not possible? Okay, that's not buildable for some reason. That is buildable there. That's good. Any other location here that might be buildable? I am not sure. Is it because I don't have the resources on my inventory? Wire and panels. I technically do have the panels in the warehouse, but it might not allow me to build outside here for some reason. Huh. Okay. Let me try other locations. Alternatively, it could be a like a geography conflict issue, although yeah, sure. Yoink some of this ground up. Maybe that'll do it. I'm honestly not too sure. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's done. That's done it. Nice. So let's go here. Let's go... That's a harpoon connector that I managed to aim through. Let's go and dock you up. And let's see. Is there going to be much conflict, much overlap? I don't think so. I think that's actually completely fine. Now, here's my test. I'm going to go and test. Can I do a bit of... I can move. I can move this planet around. Do you know what? That kind of makes me... That kind of makes me want to go back to... That kind of makes me want to go back to the other planet and pick it up. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to be dragging this planet over there, and it's going to be with 2 thrusters, but, I mean, that's fine. Go left, down a bit. Yeah, there we go. So, that's kind of nice. I like that a lot. Let's whip the scanner out. So we'll go Active Tools, Scanner, and let's see what you've got to offer. Right, loads of deposits. Look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely massive. So gold ore, copper ore, iron ore, carbon ore. Yeah, there is a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential. Dare I suggest I maybe have struck gold? Like, not... I don't mean that, you know, pun, haha, very funny intended. No, I might have struck gold a little bit too hard here. Like, we've got a lot of stuff going on, and I wonder how we might tackle it. It's obviously got to have some drills. We're gonna have to get ourselves many drills. What's first, I guess? What do we want to start processing first? I think we maybe want to do carbon. Yeah, this is great. Okay, we're literally gonna have a space station that has 2 planets either side. So, where is this planet? It's down there. Oh, it's cool. It's cool. It's so cool. It's so cool. I also just need to stop. I just need to, like, look at tech. Yeah. Blueprints. Blueprints would probably be really good to get. Let's get blueprints. Walls are overrated, I think. Walls are overrated. Right. Are we good for carbon? We're kind of good for carbon for now. What we need to do in the first instance is sort out iron. So you know what? Let's find passive tools. Let's find the nearest source of iron ore. Copper. Yeah. Good. Copper, carbon. Really? No iron ore over here? Iron ore there. Iron ore there. Is that the only two? Kind of thought there'd be more. 3,000. Yeah, the problem is with these iron ore deposits, which, you know, it's not a huge problem, I gotta be honest. Problem is that they are underground, for one, which makes excavating them a bit harder. Because I do have the ability to, you know, to mine through here, but it's not particularly quick. Oh, there is actually, hold on, there's a bit of tech. The hand drill. Yeah, I mean, if I get the hand drill, that might speed things up. Let's go and do that. Well, we're almost back to the other, I was about to say planetoid there, but not quite. Right. What I have done is I have set up a very, very rudimentary smelting setup. Are we? No, we're still too far away. That's fine. Yeah, we've set up a rudimentary smelting setup. Let's do... Hold on. Colony overview. Slow down. Down to the right. Beautiful. Get within rough range. Don't mind the stop immediately. Yep, don't mind that. And then can we do a dock? Yeah, we can. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Now we have officially got we've got two planets on the books. This is insane. I kind of love it, to be honest. Right, yoink that, because we still need a whole bunch of asteroids. Anyway, let me go and show you what I've done. I have got 3 smelters over here, which is, I think, something to start with. I need more copper ingots, and I need more iron ingots basically immediately. Copper ingots were actually okay for. I've repositioned one of these drills, so that's fine. But iron we need kind of desperately. So here is what we are going to go and do. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way that this is going to be anything other than a massive pain in the backside to do resource transportation, like all the way across the country here. Across the country? Across the planet. Literally across the planet. So how many? I've only got 34 bits of each. Yeah, see, if I have to manually place this all, it's gonna be quite the issue. But I guess if I have to do it, then I have to do it. What's the best way to do it? I mean, we're gonna have to build. Yeah, you're going to have to get chopped down there, buddy. We're going to have to just build across here. I wonder... I mean, there's a couple of different power solutions that we can have. But I wonder if the easiest and the best is literally just going to be a... This is a inconvenient planet to work on. I mean, I have to do a little bit of mining, which is not the hardest thing in the world. But until we get that hand drill, which I still don't have the resources for in order to do the research, we're gonna have some issues. Here's what I'm currently thinking: instead of like lugging the power all the way across the map, we'll just make ourselves a little bit of a working platform here. We'll do that in there, and then we will get a drill. Yeah, see, even this is... I think that will drill, actually. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Because I think the vein... Oh, no. Okay, that's a lie. I was going to say, I think the vein is underneath it, but it's not apparently. That's fine. So, let's do a little bit of mining just to expose... the good stuff. Copy that. Paste this in here. See, even this is really annoying. But the way that we can fix this is, of course, by building some floors in here. There we go. And you know what? We can even move you across here. Yoink. Utilities, carbon reactor. Yep, and I think that is basically fine. That's kind of what we want it to be. From there, it's a simple case of connecting up outputs to inputs, and most importantly, we can have a power setup that links up to this area over here. Now, we still need to move... Oops. We still need to move all of the raw iron ore back across here. Let's throw 50% of it in there. Yeah, we still need to move all of it back across to the smelting area. I don't think that will be too much of a problem, to be honest. It's just a bit of distance. It's just a bit of distance. I'm gonna need to go and get some more plates. But before I do, I want to make sure that we have got as much of this infrastructure linked up as we can, so that we can just benefit from having at least one miner on. And I think you supply 10 megawatts, so we're going to need to... and you take 3. Each one takes 3, so we're going to need to get some more of these bad boys. But that shouldn't be a problem. We should just have the ability to get like another little platform out here. Oh, we can build with them. Yeah, we can build with dirt, which is not something that I do regularly, but it is kind of nice. So instead of with left clicking, I can just right click. That's kind of nice. There we go. Yeah, so we can split this off, and we've got options here. We've got loads and loads of options, but for now, let's just get... There we go. Let's just get this... Yeah, we'll get as much plumbed in as we can, and then we'll come back with some more goods, and we will expand even more. Well, I'm building this belt, but I have had a thought. There might be something that we can do in the interim, and that is to use transport bots. So, I believe the way that transport bots work, and this would be an interesting little test here. Let's fill some of this hole back in here. Yeah, what we can basically do is we can basically have like items transported on request. So, I mean, even this, for example, max transport bots is 3. Okay, fine. But we can say, hey, move iron all the way over to here. And then that presumably will trigger the transport bots to go and do some movement if indeed they can get there. I don't know if that's necessarily going to work. We also might need to get the thing powered up. What I was thinking is probably want to have... oops. There we go. Probably want to have a storage container, because I think I do want to belt this in the long run. Yeah, I'm thinking in the long run we want to have a good sort of solid belt like all the way across here, but for now, there we go. So we'll do this. Max transport bots, all iron ore, great. I don't know, like let's say 100. Fantastic. And then we'll come back here and go put this down, I guess. Oops. Yeah, like in this location, right here. Delete. Plonk you down. And say, hey, you can store iron ore, and we'll just leave that as the sort of main store of our iron ore. Now, maybe the transport bots will work from this long way away. I might also need to make sure that everything is powered up. I've added requested resources there. I guess we just need to see. Transport bots, are you working? Doesn't look like you're going anywhere right now, to be honest, buddy. I would love to build some more tiles. I'd love to get some more stuff sorted. I wonder. We might need to... Yeah, as I say, we might need to make sure that stuff is powered. Let me have a little play around. I think my conclusion is that my transport bots will probably not work across this dock. I don't think it's immediately clear, but it doesn't look like they want to sort of cross the cross the Rubicon, so to speak, which is fine. That's okay. It just means that we need to bring resources actually onto the vessel in order to get our value from the transport bots. That's fine. That's okay though. I need an absolute ton of iron plates. If that's the case, then I will need so many iron plates that is actually kind of ludicrous. We are like halfway there. The good news is that I should have a little bit of iron ore. What I think I'm going to do in the first instance is I'm going to finish. There we go. Finish. Over. Oh, what the heck happened there? Gonna finish connecting this setup up. There we go. And yeah, how's that? That ain't looking too shabby. Oops. Did not mean to do that. That's... There we go. Much better. Okay. So that should be all of my iron ore coming out. We've probably got a little bit of a backlog in a couple of these. That's fine. That's actually kind of how I wanted it to be. What I really want to do is I do want to complete this belt. It's a big old project. I can throw 47 more pieces into it or whatever. That will almost certainly not get me far enough. It's maybe a bit too ostentatious. The height there. Actually, you know what? I might get closer than I thought here. Still not going to be quite there, but we're not actually a million miles away. That's fine. Although what I really want to do is take that back, delete that, and then let's get some. There we go. Some belt here. So I've got three facilities. Do I want to sort of split them evenly? I think I do. There we go. 1, 2. That's fine for now. We can always mess around later on. Splitter. Yep, in there. Good. Let's go iron ore in here. Fantastic. And we can start getting that all sorted. So we go iron bar. We go iron bar, and we go iron bar. How do we want to power this system? I think we want to power it from the base. I think the base is where we power it from. Also, is that not... We can't connect that up, so... You're kidding me. So these can't be perfectly flush. That seems like a little bit of a shame. Yeah, I mean, it looked like it would fit, but apparently not. Apparently not. UNQ, great. And UNQ in there. Okay, well. Good. Delete. Delete. Cool. And we're out. Whatever. Whatever. Who cares? We're okay with that. So, I'm going to get this up to secondary level so that we can ideally get it above the belts that we're inevitably going to build here. There we go. Bring it across this way. Yep. And we're going to hook it straight up to... There we go. This system here. And then... Oh, look at that. Gala 7. So it shows you literally where you're building. Power 18 megawatts. Yes, that should be fine, although it's not actually connected up to the power network. Am I going to be able to do it with just 4 bits of cable? Oh, gosh darn it. No, I'm not. I feel like I've pretty consistently been running out of all of the useful resources that I have needed. Cancel all of that. Let's do 30. Sure, 30 is probably enough. I feel like I've pretty consistently run out of all of the useful materials that I've needed. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Okay, we should have power. We should have power over here. We do indeed have power over here. This is great. This is marvelous. It's happening. That's what we like to see. Okay, so that will give me iron. That will give me at least some semblance of iron ore barrage. I can also come back in here and remove this, which is quite nice. So that will free up a little bit of extra resource, which is kind of cool. We still want this to be a storage location for iron that's made it onshore. Should I maybe remove these thrusters? I feel like I don't really need to go anywhere right now, so let's go and do that. And then let's bring everybody, there we go, back on board. And then as soon as I have got a decent number of iron bars over here, then we can chuck them into this system in order to make iron plates. And then with those iron plates, we are going to be able to make even more belts, which is exactly what I want to do. Great. Let's go and link up you and you. Right. So then it's just a case of... that doesn't link up over there. Fine. And... great. That is something to be... that's something to be happy about. That's real good. All right, throw some more iron ore in there. How many... I can build 3 bits of iron belts. Fine. We're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. It is happening. I will go and grab a little resupply, and we will move it across manually, which is fine. I will say this will literally enable... this will enable the construction of absolutely everything, which is quite satisfying. Obviously, we're not necessarily moving this back onto the core of the ship yet, but we don't need to. We don't need to do that. Do I need to catch any asteroids? I feel like I don't really need to catch any asteroids. I do occasionally need a little bit of water, so I'll keep doing that. But look at how much carbon ore we've got here. We got loads and loads of carbon ore, and we've still got a decent little bit of source over yonder as well. So I'm not too displeased with that. I'm also not displeased with the fact that we can run 4. I mean, we can manage our entire power system on 4 carbon generators, which is really, really good. That's something that I am particularly happy with. Right, let's get you in here. I think 32. You know, I think 32 might just be enough to make this work. Hey. Let's go. Let's go to here. Nice. Let's go down. I think that's the correct level. And straight in. Marvelous. So we just need to link it up at the other end. Bit annoying that we can't build belts diagonally, but you know what? There's no such thing as a perfect game. That's good. Is that all sorted? Yeah, that is all sorted. And I didn't even say, but this source is absolutely massive. This is 10,249 iron ore. So that's why I've gone really, really hard here. There is obviously, there's more like inland and underground, but this is nice. This is really, really nice. So that'll give me everything coming through there as processed goods. Let's get this to come up here. And yeah, we'll get you to come on the way out. Nice. So all that we need to do is fill in this gap here, and we just fill in that gap there, and then we should have a very, very large amount of iron, processed iron, coming through here. Very nice. All right, well, I think this is the last bit of connection that I'm going to have to make. Oh, we're going to need to make some more flipping cable. Ah! How frustrating is that? We actually don't have any copper production left, by the way, so that's a bit of a shame there, but that's okay, because we do actually have the ability to get... Can we get copper production here? Titanium, carbon, gold. No. That's so much carbon, though. There's definitely copper over here. Is that copper? Is that... That's the large rock. But no, there is definitely copper over here, and we probably want to try and get some copper production setup. Basically, in a very, very similar fashion to what we have over here. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. That's looking real good. I am unbelievably chuffed at how this is turned out. Lots and lots of iron coming through here, which is great. Yeah, so you can kind of just disappear. Like this little asteroid thing. What's it called? Planetoid. Yeah, I kind of don't really care about you anymore. I will... There we go. Get you set up for complete deconstruction. Yes, I know there are 2 little copper nodules there, but I don't think I really care that much. Cool. And cool. I think that's everything. Should be everything. Yoink, yoink. Delete. Nice and satisfying. Looking good. And suddenly, as I say, we've freed ourselves up for a bunch of additional copper. How... Oh, storm incoming. Where's the storm coming from? Okay. Well, something's gonna get taken offline for a little while. If that's the worst case scenario, then that's fine. I will take that. What I really want to do, by the way, I think I want to have a request in here for iron bars. Yeah, let's put the max resources at 100. Yeah, so let's do that. 3 transport bots, and therefore they should move them from here to here. So as they come in, we should hive off, hive off a tiny little fraction and stick them in there. I'm also thinking, what the heck? Oh, we can change the design. Very nice. I'm also thinking that we should probably do something about this facility here, which is useful, but I've not actually been doing anything with it. It's the laboratory, which is fine. It's fine. There we go. Head over there. Yeah, fine. And then I've got iron plates, and I kind of need these iron plates to be... Okay, reconnect the copper line. And then iron plates, I need to be added to the warehouse. Yeah. Ooh. Good. Sure. We can add the dirt. I don't care about that. That's fine. But the iron plates, that is really, really important. Okay, so that's a little bit of a janky way of going about doing things, but that's something at least. Let's get all of these iron plates into my inventory for the simple reason that I want to build a big old brand new area over here. And this is where we would like to put the... is it where I want to put the laboratory? Potentially. Where is the lab? Let's search it instead. There we go. We need 20. Ugh. Okay, well, you know what? The transporters are going to be doing a fine job, and they'll have moved everything over in a little bit. So that's fine. Hydrogen, man, yeah, we need water. We need to automatically supply this area with water. Can I put a... Do you know what I could do? We've got resources coming out here. I can put a filter. I could put a filter in place that would allow us to filter out water. I mean, for the very simple reason, we don't have, at least as far as I'm aware, we don't have an asteroid that will allow us to collect water. Hold on, let's go here. Any other... Titanium. When I say water, I mean ice. No. What's this? Glonic diffractor. Glaunch diffractor. That's weird. Okay. Look at this. We got two different asteroids in here, and we're kind of squeezed in the middle. It looks a little bit weird, but it works. I mean, it works. Yeah, kind of funky. So there is no way for us to get water. So we basically need to figure out how to get water ourselves. the way that I think we're going to choose to do that is through... What am I looking for? Filter. Yep. So this filter, modify filter resources, only allow, what is it, carbon? Yeah, carbon through there. Hold on. No, only, give me water instead. How about that? Or ice instead, should I say. Yeah. So then ice will come this way, down here, and into a storage canister there. This has already got ice on as like an order, so that should be fine. Go catch asteroids. Yoink. Oh, no, I wanted to get the water one that was just behind you. There we go. That's just a ticket. So, finish getting that, and then let's just see if this, ends up working out. I have no idea how the video game is going to treat this. This is a bit of a funky junk. Okay. As they say. That doesn't really work how I wanted it to. Yeah, it doesn't really work how I want it to. I just want carbon through there. Does it stop anything else from, like, coming out? I wonder. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how this works. This is clearly not working. It's almost certainly my issue. But to be honest, it's not the end of the world if occasionally I have to go around these facilities for now and collect ice, stick it in there. That'll mean it gets moved across to that location, I hope. There we go. The transporters are on the move. So I'm going to manually help them out and do that for now. How much oxygen do we have? We got 100 oxygen. That's loads. Oodles of oxygen. Fantastic. That's really, really great. Okay, loads of plates coming through. 73 plates. That is what we like to see. So, let's get the lab. Let's get the lab down. We should have the required components. Let's actually mirror this. Yeah. Yeah, do that instead. That's fine. And then on the output, we'll get modify, transfer items to inventory. No, hold on. Can I not set what I want to be output from here? That's going to be a bit of a problem if that's the case. No matter. Let's just do a transport order. We'll do this and this. Sure. I think that will be El Grando. And then power it up for juice. I realize that I'm blocking those slots off, but whatever. That's fine. Great. Okay. I don't know if the... Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if the bots are going to be able to access this area, but it looks like they will. That's good. Okay, so that just leaves us with... That leaves us with a need for a copper setup, which is fine. Do I have the ability to do blueprinting? I do indeed. B to open the blueprint designer. Let's go and do that. So new. Oh, I see. I have to design it in here. Great. I mean, it's nice to be able to build without inhibition here. This is great. But yeah, so something like this. Yeah, it's a shame that we can't, like, copy from reality. There we go. Good. Solidify. Solidify. Yeah, so, I mean, I think something like that. So we do this. We press tilde. Is that good enough? Escape. Create blueprint. We call this... How do I rename it? Okay. we can't rename it. We can't rename it. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Blueprint design. How do I build? How do I build? We build from the blueprints menu. Fine, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, nice. And then that can go here, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Right, I placed it the wrong way around. If you didn't see, that was fine. Okay. Second times the charm. So boom, that goes in over there. Also, have I definitely got power, total production, total consumption. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Okay, so that's the power situation, like, very quickly, actually. Sorted. Yep, immediately, everybody's juiced up now. That's good. Let's get this. Let's get this. And let's get this. The real question is going to be, where the flippin' heck is my copper going to come from? That's a copper vein. It's underground, and it's under the gold vein as well. So that feels suboptimal. There's nothing over there on that side. This looks promising. Yeah, that's a decently promising surface copper ore vein. Let me get this area excavated a little bit. And let's see if we can try and get some drills set up over here. And maybe start shipping some copper over to the copper processing area. So just working away on this copper area. There's a little thingy deposit over here, carbon deposit as well, which I am looking to transform into a little sort of staging point for power, which is what I'm doing. However, just completely forgot, but I had set the... Where is it? The hand drill research to do, and because, of course, I've got the little robots doing all of the resource movement around, it just completed, which is kind of nice. And therefore, we've now got a hand drill, which is cool as heck. It still works the same when I place blocks around here, which is what I'm just going to do real quick. Just, there we go. Nab. Nab. A few bits and bobs. Nice. But, yeah, so that goes in there like so. We probably should move that back just a little bit if we want it to be scalable, but whatever. Yeah, so that goes in there. Great. We throw that into there, and we only have 21 wires, which is what is worrying, because we just don't have the copper. We do not have the copper, but hey, that's the start of it. Then, oh yeah, I was going to show off the hand drill. Look at how great this is. This thing is absolutely cooking. Look at that. And to be honest, is it just easier for me to just drill? Oh, we need to yoink you. Is it easier for me to just drill like right through this mountain rather than going around it? You know what? Now it kind of might be, because this will come out. The way that the drill works is that it allows us to drill at a level that is perfectly straight, which is actually unbelievably good. Yeah, very nice. It's very quick as well, obviously. The real question is it going to be direct enough? Yeah, chop down these trees. Actually, this is kind of perfect. Yeah, so that to there, that to there. And yeah, some more trees to chop down, which unfortunately I can't use the drill on. Fine. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. It's the weird little overhangs that seem to catch me out. Okay, and then up to the surface. How's that? That's pretty good, apart from the fact that I've managed to go a little bit skew whiff at some point here, but good enough. Good enough. Nice. Okay, and then all we need to do is just get the copper out to here. And then we will have a fully functioning copper system. We're going to need to do sort of similar to what we did on the iron front. We're going to need to remove the processing facility that we have on the base. Also, we could probably repurpose these belts to make them work a little bit better. But what we can also do is we can also just modify. We can just say, hey, add on extra lines. We've got lines going in. We've got lines going out. We just added this bad boy over here, which I think is completely fine. We just link that up to there, and then that's perfect. Yeah, so that's really, really good. The only thing that I need to have done, or I need to get now, is a bit more copper. So that's where my copper is all going into here. You gotta give these little guys some credit. I put a whole bunch of copper ore in here and then cut the belt off so that it would get built up. They just stuck it straight into research points, which, you know, is fair enough. But now I'm left with only 13 bits of copper wire, and that's not going to be enough to get this belt done. That's okay, though. We'll make do. Well, it's looking pretty darn good, if I do indeed say so myself. This is literally just the last couple of bits of belt that we need to get squeezed in here. There we go. And now we should have a fully automated copper setup as well. I love this tunnel, by the way. It's so cool. It's not even exposed on the outside. How cool is that? I do still need to get another one of these bad boys, like, over here. Link that up. That's going to be pretty easy for us to do, though. I'm not really that worried about it. Iron is looking fantastic as well. I have removed and done some very questionable little belting over there, but I've removed the smelter over here, and we are now starting to stockpile a few copper bars over in this vicinity, which is real nice. And tell you what, let's go and split that in half so that we can do some more engineering points. I mean, I've got loads of basic science points, but no engineering points. Also, if I was to use the drill, let me see if I can try and find a rock quickly, for example. This thing absolutely shreds rocks. And presumably asteroids as well. Let's go and have a little test. Yeah, this thing absolutely destroys them. Let's see. Is there a gold source or something more juicy around here? See, that's great. Like, it's super easy to come by. Basic science now. So anything that costs basic science, we should probably just get a hydrotonic. Sure. Human migration. Call astronauts. Hibernation chamber. Canteen. And a dining stand. Can I do that? Human migration. Sure. Let's go and give that a little test out. Where's the robot? What do you want? Call them by spending gold bars. Check the countdown to know when the shuttle will bring. Okay, we need to prepare food supplies to feed future astronauts. Dig quartz on a planet by destroying rocks to mine direct from the ground. Yeah, that's fine. Call them by spending gold bars. Right, so do I need to build a hibernation chamber, canteen, dining stand, box selection tool? No. Do I not need something to bring them? Astronauts. Ooh, interesting. Everywhere, dock stations, current station, mass migration. Idle only, migrate now. How do I get them to come here? Right, seems that we need to have a docking station. Use the school to train them and do more stuff like that. So can we do that in an existing docking station, or is it an empty docking station? It would make sense if it was an empty docking station, wouldn't it? Let's give that a whirl. So I guess here is fine. Great. Call astronauts. One. We've got one astronaut coming. I don't know what direction you're going to be coming from there, buddy. Oh, it's top right-hand corner. 110 seconds. That's fine. Okay, that's nice. Spending gold bars. Good. That little robot. You're telling me what to do. That's always nice. So, hibernation chamber. Let's go and put that down over here. Let's go and put down a canteen. I will yoink some of these out of there. Let's go and get a canteen. Yep. How big is the canteen? Not large. Totally fine size. And you need some hydrotonic or some bread. And that will give you, if I give you bread, that will give you a movement speed boost. Okay, interesting. And the other thing is a dining stand where astronauts consume food. That sounds unbelievably miserable, to be honest. So how do we make hydrotonic? Let's go to resources, hydrotonic, made from, produced by the hydro generator. So that is over here. That is this. And we can do... Can we not make this stuff? Do I need some tech? No, we should be able to. We very much should be able to. It's not you. Yeah, can I not change the... Oh, I see. We can. Oh, we can only have one recipe. Okay, that's it. So, sure. We'll add quartz in there. I still have no way to get ice consistently here, which is really, really bad. It's really not good. And in fact, our carbon generators are starting to run out of carbon. Who could have seen that one coming, eh? That's... I mean, it's not the end of the world, because we do have a... Oh, look at that. We got an astronaut coming in. We do have a way to get carbon. We have carbon that is available for mining here.
One planet would be enough for us.
Oh.
Our colossal ambitions pushed us to leave our homes.
Very nice.
Driven by the need of development and achievement.
Well, that's what we like to see. We like human progress in the deep vastness of space.
We are the first colonists, laying the foundation for future generations. It's your turn now. Show your survival skills, unlock technologies, and remember, the galaxy is yours to conquer.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing this whole time. Okay, great. Well, we've got ourselves an astronaut. This is wow. What a place. What a place. Yeah, nice. Nice. Good job. Good job there. Right. Astronauts use various devices to satisfy their requirements. Yes. You've made it. We need to prepare food, dig quartz. To be fair, I have got plenty of quartz on this planet. I just need to find a rock. There we go. That will give me more than enough quartz, I hope. Almost enough quartz. What about just mining a little bit of dirt here? I think I do get the occasional bit of quartz from... is that gold? That is 100% gold. No matter. We'll find another bit of quartz. Dig it out. Great. Okay, generate hydrotonic. That is, as I say, it's not necessarily a problem, but it's becoming a little bit more of a problem since we don't have a tremendous amount of water, and I don't know if there's a more efficient way to get it, to be honest. I think it's still just asteroids. Yep, I don't think we have much of a choice. Do we have much oxygen in here? We got 133 canisters. To be fair, I probably could start chilling it on the oxygen production. Yeah, let's take that pipe out of commission, and that should be okay. Share your oxygen. You don't need to have shared oxygen. Minus 30% per minute. No, we don't need that. We don't need that. I don't know what you're gonna do though, I gotta be honest. I've absolutely no idea. We've got these astronauts here. This is fantastic. One newcomer. We've got one newcomer. That's it. That's it. That's it. One measly astronaut. Let's see if we can try and make at least one hydrotonic. I don't know how many we need to supply astronauts with, but I guess we'll do that. How are we doing? How are we doing over here? Throw a few more copper bars in there. Great. And actually, I should have plenty of copper bars here because we should be getting loads coming through now, which is marvelous. I will say we're probably going to see a lot less production given that I just don't have many systems up and running. That's fine, though. Hydrotonic, you are going to chill here. Let's go throw that into there. Consumption priority. Great. Okay. Nice. Hydrated. We don't need any. We don't need to do anything with the hydration chamber. This is just chilling there. That's completely fine. And then that will be. Does it only give us one hydrotonic? That's pretty stingy, to be honest. And it is also slow as heck because of my power issues. Is there a... There's a carbon deposit right here, isn't there? Kind of like that idea. Kind of like that idea. Do you know what? Let's do this and this. And then, yeah, we've finished generating the hydrotonic. Construct a canteen. I've already actually built a canteen, but we will reassemble it. That's fine. Delete. Now, am I going to be able to bridge the space gap over here? You can tell that it's a space gap because it's over space. But it is just a regular gap in space. Let's get some more cables. Good. That'll do. We actually need quite a lot of cables. Let's go and deconstruct this canteen. Yep. And rebuild it. Where are you? Sure. Great. Build a canteen. Here's the problem, though. Here's the problem. I just don't think these astronauts... I don't think you're going to be able to do anything. We've got... It's an oxygen... It's not an oxygen bubble here. Share your oxygen. Yeah. Share oxygen. Hold on. Delete all this. Delete all this. I think we need to enable a... like, astronaut walkway or something. Like some... Hold on. Let's go here. You're not going to penalize me for this, are you, video game? I hope not. Let's go... Canteen. Yep. Cool. Modify hydrotonic. Hey, look at that. That works. That works perfectly. So you will work, but only if you're given like walkable access to get to these places. So that's fine. Now you need a what's it called? A dining table thing, whatever it is. Utilities, no, device. Yeah, that's the one. You have a dining table over there. Great. And then you have a hibernation chamber over here. That's the full shebang. Enjoy your meal, I guess. This power absolutely should exist. It just needs to be... It needs to be a lot more than we can currently supply. Okay, let's see if this... Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. That looks good to me. And then... Yep, over there. Over there. How's that? I mean, it should be fine. We got power. You got 6... Oh! 6 power coming through here. It's not connected up. That's weird. Are we not able to connect... Are we not able to connect power sources between... We're not able to connect power sources between the different planetoids? Huh. Maybe not, I guess. Okay, well, you know what? Here's the simplest solution. Very, very simple indeed. There we go. Nice. And can I put trees in here? I cannot put trees in here. But, you know what? We've got the opportunity. There we go. To absolutely go to town. carbon ore that up. Put that in there like so. That will energize this area here. Let's go cut this off. Is there going to be any issues with moving resources between areas? I guess we'll find out in just a sec. But what I do need to do is just slam down a... Oh, where is it? Logic blocks, that's the one. Splitter. Yeah, nice. Aha. Right, there is an issue with this. Okay, this feels a little bit half-baked. I don't know how I feel about this. So if I wanted to move these resources across, I would basically have to get 2 docking platforms. Right? Like, I think that's the case. Yeah. And then could I tell you to... Okay, maybe it's worked. Let's have a look. Doesn't look like it's worked. I mean... It could, though. Like, I mean, there's a world in which it does work. But I also feel like... Yeah, I feel like this is just... Yeah, this feels like it's a bit of a shame, to be honest. This should work, but it's not. That's okay. That's fine. How's the astronaut doing, though? Oh. You're completely cream crackered. There you go. Enjoy a little bit of an oxygen hit there, buddy. Anyway, on that note, I think we are going to wrap things up. I have barely scratched the surface of this magnificent tech tree. Although, to be fair, not bad. We're maybe just shy of a third of the way there. Not too bad. Colony origin. Create a new colony in outer space. Bucket terrain. Storm harvester. High-tech science points. Fabricator drones. Activate a radar to detect black holes. Oh, I mean, this is cool. Nuclear energy. I like the sound of that a lot. I like the sound of all of this a lot. There is a lot of good stuff going on here. I'm very much here for it. However, we are going to wrap things up right about there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching this video of Astro Colony. I, of course, have been Orbital Potato. If you're not subscribed already, please do consider subscribing. Until next time, bye-bye.